Hey, my chickadees, welcome back to the back 40. This is part 3 of our page ideals for StellaBug. Okay, we are going to do some simple pages, Stella. You ready, girl? All right, what you're going to need is that pack of paper that I sent home with you and a sheet of plain paper, okay? The very first one we're going to do is so easy. Get your stencil and get your plain paper. That can be plain color paper, your pink paper, your tea-dyed paper, notebook paper, just a plain piece of paper. And fold it in half and put it up against your stencil, okay? Now when you notice that, you notice it's a little shorter than your stencil, which is perfectly fine. You'll hear junk journalists talks about shorties or shorts. That just means that the paper does not reach the edge of your normal size piece of paper for your journal. It can be anywhere from right here by the spine to halfway to like this one, okay? They're just short, okay? So you have that, and you got your stencil, and you want to just cut across your template right here to cut that extra tall part off. So you do that, and Juju's going to do it. And you know I can cut straight, so it's going to be okay. All right? Did it? All right. Congratulations. That is your third page. Okay, now I want to show you this before we get into the other ones. So everybody else can skip the timelines if they need to, because these are kind of simple, okay? Now, this is called a layer page. It is a layer page with torn edges, okay? So what we do is we're just going to layer the back, and we're going to tear the tops of the paper in top of the back page, so when you flip it over and look at it, this is layered and it's not all the same size. And you can do that on both sides, so when you flip through your journal, you have the one part of the signature, you'll have one, and the other part of the signature, you'll have one. Well, you know, Juju don't do anything matchy-matchy like that. So on one side, you can do your torn edges, and on the other side, Juju just did a top pocket page. This is another page where you do a slanted pocket page, okay? So with this one, we're going to learn about 4 pages, okay? But we're going to say this one last because it's a little complicated. All right? The next page that I want you to get out is this one. It's in your paper pack, and it is the one with your recipes on it, okay? And when you get it out, this one is also a shorty, because if you look on your template, it's not tall enough, nor is it wide enough. In your junk journals, the pages do not have to all be the same. They can be all kind of sizes. They can even be bigger than your template if you want to, and let it stick out the side and top of your journal. It's up to you, girl. It's your journal. Put in it what you want. All right. This one, we're going to do the recipe card, okay? So, but you see how side this one is? When you flip it over to the back side of the page, it's even shorter. And it's kind of cattywampus. It's okay for stuff to be cattywampus. Matter of fact, it looks better if it's cattywampus. So if you do something and you cut it crooked or you cut it wrong, don't let nobody know what's wrong. If you like it, put it in the journal. Tell them it was meant to be like that. And by the time you get through decorating it and everything, nobody will ever know you screwed up. Okay? Juju does it all the time. Alright? Now, matter of fact, some of those are her best pages she likes. So, let's take our recipe card. Now, when you want it, you fold it any kind of way you want, girl. I just took mine and just pushed it down a little bit and then just scored it. Creased it. It can be this side. You can pull it down a little bit and have it like this. Fold it any way you want. Just fold it crooked, okay? This is meant to be a crooked page, so fold it crooked. Once you fold it crooked, we're going to put it in our journal. Oh yeah, another page. Look at that. We did 2 pages already and it ain't even 5 minutes. Girl, you are rocking. All right, now, other page is this one. Okay, so get this out of your kit. In your kit, I was trying to find another kit. In your kit, you're going to see across the top, it just has a little square hose, no ribbon. So go get you a piece of ribbon and this page out of your kit. Because what we're going to do is thread the ribbon across the top. Glue it to this side. Tie a knot on this side. And I always like to put a little glue here because when I put it in my page on my journal, this is going to hang down below. And when it hangs down below, Juju can put a little charm or a button or something on it if she wants to. But I'm not going to know that to the very, very end when I do my dangles and everything. So until then, I just leave me a long little piece and deal with it later. Okay? This one is meant to be folded, you know, not right, you know, not even, but straight. So you want to pick it. Doesn't matter. Again, it's your journal, girlfriend. You do it your way. But you can fold it any size you want. Okay, as long as it's not even, you good. So then you pick the way you want it folded, and then you crease it and fold it. Okay, and then we're going to learn how to do the ribbon. All right, so we've got that done. Now, for everybody else, that's the last page that we're going to do because the other 2 are kind of complex, and it's going to take a minute for me to go through step-by-step instructions with StellaBug. So I went ahead, and I'm going to show you my page. I went ahead and did this page, and I wanted to show Stella this. This is the cutoffs from the scrapbook pages that I had put down and glued. But if you look at it, look at that. See it? It makes a cute little 3-layered tuck spot, pocket, something for a tag. So I know, Bonnie, just take a breath. Don't throw this away. Put it back in your scrapbook book because we're going to use this to make a tag with. So Stella, when you cut your scrapbook papers off, baby, until we get through, you keep them in a little bag. Keep them in that bag I gave you. So when you need those colors and stuff to match the rest of your journal, you'll have the pieces that you'll need. Okay? Now, on this page, I just took a scrapbook page and the size I needed for my journal and folded it. Then on this side, I took, I don't even know, I just guesstimated. I think it's probably about 1 inch. Yep. Yep, 1 inch. I went down 1 inch. And then I took my tear ruler and I tore it. I went down a little bit more and took the second piece of scrapbook page that I wanted to coordinate with it, and I tore it, and I did 3rd one and 4th. On the 4th one, I used different papers. This is a scrapbook page out of the kit. This is a scrapbook page out of the kit. This is, I don't know from who, a digital, and it's just copied out paper digital. I had that one in my jelly printing box. I used it, and then I had this one, and I don't know, I think it's a shabby, but I don't really want to say that because I don't know for sure. But I had it in my jelly printing box as well because it didn't print right. So I got it out because I only need this size, and that was a good piece on it. So I took it. Now on the last one, you fold it over to this side, and then you just fold down the inside of this paper you can see down in there. I just took this side and then I folded the paper back to give me a slant, and then glued it on the inside, and then glued this down here to make my pocket. And I put a little glue here too. And then when you start gluing your pages on this side, you put them on like you want them, then you glue this side down and this side down, because they are little bitty pockets. They're thin, they're just paper, but they are little pockets. And then on the other side, I put some glue here just to kind of reinforce it in case I put something in it, you know, because I'm terrible on journals. And then I put some glue here and along the end here, and glued all this down. Okay, now on the inside I did a little something different. I did a little something. Okay, on the inside, remember the tissue paper that we jelly printed on? Well, I took a piece of that tissue paper that I jelly printed on, and I just tore it all up. I just took long strips and just tore it up. And then on the back, I took my tear ruler, which was the same as this one, and tore book paper up. And then I collaged the book paper on the back and collaged that down, and then I put the tissue paper over top of it so the book page would show through, because I cannot stand white. A little bit's okay, but I can't stand too much white in my journal. And then I put that over it. And that was pretty cool. See, there was a spot that wasn't jelly printed on, and it's exactly the word and. So that made me tickle. That was pretty cool how that turned out. And they did it on its own, didn't plan it. It happened on its own. And then you just collage down. And then the bottom I had turned up to make a pocket when I did my template, just like we did on the very first one on the large book page, Stella. I turned it up and then put that on here, and that is how I did this page. Okay, so that was that page, and that is the last page that we're going to do for this journal. So those that no longer need the step-by-step on this and how to thread ribbon through the tops of this, we are done. Now, StellaBug, we're going to start back with the ribbon first because it's the easiest, and then we'll go further. But that's how it looks. See, it still doesn't stick out our pages, out of our book. That's why we did our template, so you don't have to, I didn't want Stella worried about having to cut everything. So we did our template, and so when we have our hangs over and everything, nothing will stick out. Unless StellaBug wants it to stick out. Now, baby, if you want your papers to stick out cattywampus, which Juju likes to, you know, you see my art journal, you can do that. Okay? But for the purpose of this video and the purpose of you being able to make you a clean, straight-edged journal, that's why I did it. And then at the bottom, you see the ribbons kind of hanging out. Okay? So that's where we are on that. Now, Stella, let's go back to this. You know, Juju gave you some ribbon, and to be able to put your ribbon through the tops of that paper, it needs to be the little bitty ribbon, okay? And if you look at Juju's thumbnail, here, let's do my thumbnail. Go through your ribbon, and it needs to be like this. See that? It can't be any bigger than that, baby. And you've got some ribbon that's got that little loopies on the top. See those little loopies? I think you got some pink in your kit. But look for some ribbon with some little loopies. Now, if you don't use it up on your other journal and you don't have any more that's this size, like on your thumbnail here, just text Juju and tell me what color you want, and I'll get you some so you can have it to make your page, okay? Because I don't know what you use for your other journal that you've been playing with when you went home. You didn't take any more supplies when you left this time other than your Happy Mail and a little bit of stuff. And I can't remember if you got any ribbon in your Happy Mail. Okay? One more time. There's my thumbnail. Okay, go find your ribbon. Okay, Stella. You're going to get your page and your ribbon. all we're going to do is like when you tie a shoe and thread your shoe. You take your ribbon and you're going to take this first hole on the end, doesn't matter which end, and then you're going to push it in the hole and then pull it through the hole. Okay, so the rabbit goes in the hole, and then the next hole, the rabbit comes out the hole. Just like you taught your shoe. Rabbit in the hole, and rabbit out the hole. See how it does? And then you have your other length dangling down here. And then you do that all the way across, okay? And when you get to the end of it, you can just leave it dangling if you want to, or you can just cut it off and then glue it right here, staple it, tie a knot, and cut a little bit and leave a little bit hanging like Juju did, whatever you want to do. That's all you do, all the way down, okay? Got it? You're done after that. That's all you do to that page. Now, for this layered page, we're going to do some stuff, okay? And it's not complicated, but it seems like it when it starts, but it's not. So, you can tear it any way you want to. I know you don't have a tear ruler, but you can tear paper. All right? And you can tear it any way you want it to look. The easiest way to tear the piece of paper is to fold it in half once you got it measured, and then just take it and pull it to you. Because that way it'll be a clean side on both sides. You want to just pull it to you, just any way you want to. It doesn't matter. And when you open it up, see, you got a torn edge. See, look at it. Okay? All right. So, what you're going to do is you're going to get your template A, and you're going to get you another piece of your scrapbook paper. Now, you want to take it and then measure it to the side where it fits. See how it fits on the end? And then fold it over, okay? And once you do that, you've got your paper base. That's your paper base, okay? Then for this one here, take your ruler and put it down and put your finger there, okay? Then you want to pick it up, fold it in half like that. You just fold it over to where your finger is and get it good and folded straight. Okay? You got it folded over? All right. Then you take your fingers and then you just pull it. Just pull it to you. Just pull it. Okay, once you got it pulled to you, you got your torn edge. So when you close it, there it is, your torn edge on your paper. That's simple. Then what you do is you take another piece of paper that matches your thing that you want on there, and you lay it down, measure it up, lay it down like you want it, okay? And then you can either take your ruler or you can eyeball it and just turn the paper back to the way you want it. Okay, so you want it right here, you put it there. You want it down a little further, you put it down a little further. It's up to you, girlfriend. Then when you do that, take your paper, flip it over, hold it, and fold it this way. Okay? Once you do that, you've got your paper. It's all measured out for you. So this part here that you folded over, just fold it back so you can have a pretty color on your scrapbook paper. You don't have to worry about inking since I don't know if you got any ink. When you fold it back over like that, take this and just tear it. Just tear it to you. Now yours isn't going to have that white edge. This is just regular copying paper. That's why it's doing that to Juju. So just pull it to you, any way you want to go. If it gets all jaggedy, wonky down like that, and over like this, and all, that's fine too. It don't matter, okay? And then you find the way you have it, okay? Then you get your third piece of paper. You just got to find some more paper up here. So you get your third piece of paper, and this is the one we're gonna leave on the back, okay? You lay it down like you want it. Hey, actually, that looks pretty good. I'm gonna keep this. Okay, you lay it down like you want it. Fold it over. By this time, you know it's probably a finger's width. You know your little finger. Fold it over. Lay it down to where you want to start. Flip your paper over and pull it up the back. Okay? Once you get it up the back, flip it back over. Now we got to find our top. Make sure this is your top of your paper. If you've got arrows pointing, make sure they point the right way. If you've got wiggity wonkity stuff, make sure everything looks just like you want it. Okay? If it does and you're good, turn this over. Take this paper and fold it back like this in a triangle. Make a triangle like that. Just make a triangle. You can make a little triangle. You can make a big triangle. Just make you a triangle. Any kind of triangle you want. Now, the key is, the smaller the triangle, the smaller your pocket opens. The bigger the triangle, the bigger your pocket is going to open, okay? So if you want a big open pocket, make your triangle bigger. But you want to leave a little bit up here so if your paper will have, you know, some support. All right? So once you do that, you're good. Run your glue stick here and then fold it back on itself like this. If you have trouble like Juju, you can use your ruler. Fold it back on itself and rub your glue stick down. Okay? So you're going to take your glue stick and put it on here and rub your glue stick down. Okay? And then that is good. All right? Now, you're going to take this part of your pocket here and just pull it. You're going to take your paper rather and pull it. Now, this is a little bitty paper, so you want to be careful on how you pull it to you, okay? All right. Now, you got that. So you got one pocket, two pocket, three pocket, okay? Got it all. Now, what you're going to do is you're going to glue down your papers, okay? You take your glue and just run it down here, glue that piece of paper down, run it down here, glue this piece of paper down, and do it on this side, or you can wait and cut it, whichever feels better to you, doesn't matter. Then you're going to flip it over to this side, okay? And all Juju did was just take it and her ruler, put her ruler up against here, and then just tear that because it don't matter. It's going away. All right? Then you want to take your glue stick and run you a little bit of glue right here, okay? I don't know, Juju don't know what she did with glue stick. Here you go. Look, my little boy wants to be on that page. Take your glue stick and just run it down like that right there, and turn your paper over and glue your paper down. Okay? Now your whole page is set up. All we got to do is cut the extra off. And the only extra we're cutting off is this here on the side. So take your scissors and cut it off. And if you think, oh no, I don't know what to do, it's okay. Remember your template. Lay your template down where it is if you don't know how to cut the bottom here. And then cut it down. Or if you can cut like this, you can cut from here and cut up. Whichever way feels comfortable for you, okay? Then you want to just take it and you want to just cut it. And cut it off. Once you cut it off, you're done. Take your glue stick and glue this page down, that page, some good stuff. You want to do this side of the paper. All right. And then flip it over. And then you want to turn this like this so you can get the bottom. Because we've got to glue the bottom down. Okay? So you want to put glue down here and over here. Make a triangle. Let me stick. Make a triangle. Glue here. And come up this side. And put your glue on it. Okay? And then turn it over and press it down. When you do that, you've got your pocket. There's your pocket, 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 okay? And then you open it up. Oh, glue, look, glue. Juju glued it down. See what I did? Did you do that? Did I have you do that? Yeah, tell me I did that. Juju did not do that to you. There we go. Okay. Did you glue that? I did tell you glue that first down. Don't glue that first down. All right, there we go. And then you have your page. Okay? Then you open it up and you have all this writing space on the inside. But later on, you know, we can add pockets and tucks and flips and belly bands and side page edges and bling it up. You can do all kind of stuff. Okay? But that is it. Juju wants to show you something else right quick, and it's called collage. You may hear that. You may hear the word collage. People talk about collaging. Collaging ain't nothing, honey, but taking paper and gluing it down. In any kind of way you want it that you think it looks pretty to you. Okay? That's basically all collaging is. So what you do is, and that's what Juju did here on this paper right here. See this paper? With the book pages and stuff, that's called collaging. All I did was collage this down. Another word that you'll hear is decoupage. Decoupage is using stuff and putting it on the paper and gluing it down. You may take a napkin, they may say they're decoupage napkin. All they're doing is collaging the whole napkin down. They're gluing the whole piece of paper and sticking the napkin down. The decoupage, you'll hear them use, that's more of a term they use where they're putting it on like glasses and other stuff. Okay, a lot of people are going to talk about collaging when they're just putting book papers and just putting papers and stuff down in an order to make it look artsy and pretty. Okay? All that is just torn up paper. So you take a good thing to collage is book papers. If you don't have one of these books, when you come back to Juju, get you one. Matter of fact, I'll just go on and stick one in your bag over there, okay? But you just tear you off a page of your book. And then you tear it up the way it makes it look pretty to you. A lot of people like just using this part here where the text is because it looks good behind stuff like you saw on my page over there. And you just tear off this white spot like this. It ain't got to be pretty. It don't have to be straight. It don't have to be that way. Now, it's going to depend on what you wind up liking, girlfriend. Okay? Some people, and that's just your personal preference, there is no wrong and no right, and don't let nobody tell you otherwise. Okay? Juju is speaking the truth here. There is no wrong and no right in art. If you like it and it makes your soul happy, then baby girl, it is perfectly fine. It's wonderful. It's beautiful. Okay? But you may not like all this torn, edgy stuff. You might like a straight line. So you could just take your ruler and tear it, and it gives you kind of a torn, straight line. I don't know if you can see that. See how that looks torn, but it's straight? You might like straight lines. You might not like all this tore up looking stuff like somebody tore a book, okay? And then some people, they don't like this. They like a perfectly straight scissor cut line, okay? See? It's straight just like your torn straight line, but you can't see the little fuzzy stuff on the end like it's been torn or old or damaged or roughed up, you know. Whatever you like. Play with it. Decide what you like, okay? Now, all you do is decide what you want to do. You know, just tear it up, have fun, make different shapes, you know, tear it into a shape of a heart, a star, a unicorn, you know, a princess, whatever you want to do. You just tear it up, okay? Once you tear them up, and when you get started, a lot of people say, you know, like little squares like this size right here is good to get started with because it's, you know, bigger pieces to work with. But you work with what you got and what you want, all right? And then you just take your glue stick and then you just get busy. Now remember, Juju said about this spine, if it's going to be a page that you're going to put in your book and want to fold, be careful with this spine line, okay? All your fold lines. Pay attention to your fold lines. And then just start putting, I left this glue stick out too long. So you start putting your glue stick down and sticking your paper down. And then taking your bone folder, one of them old fake credit cards that come in the mail, you know, a popsicle stick, and rub it down so you get all the bubbles out. Because you don't want any bubbles behind what you glue down, okay? Because if there's bubbles behind here, if there's bubbles behind it like that, like it's glued down, but this piece right in the middle doesn't like it, it's glued down and you can feel it when you rub your finger over it, then it's going to bubble up on your art. It's going to bubble up behind here, and it's going to wind up coming off or tearing. So you want to make sure that it's perfectly flat and it won't look pretty. You want to make sure it's flat and looks pretty, okay? So if you go, you know, but if you get a bubble, don't worry, you can work with it too. And then take this and you just, whatever you want to do. You know, if you don't like all the words going wishy-washy in every which way and you want them all going the same way, put them all the same way. You just play with this and you have fun, okay? Now, this will reinforce, say you just got plain notebook paper. Remember Bubba Tina? If we collage like this, like we did on Bubba Tina, it's going to make that paper thicker, okay? So you can make your plain paper thicker and use it in your journals. And it also makes it look different too. So it'll have a whole different look to it than just a plain piece of paper, even though it's just plain book paper collaged on a piece of, on that piece of paper. Okay? But you don't have to use just book paper. You can use book paper. You can take the old sacks that you get from McDonald's. Keep your old sacks from McDonald's. Matter of fact, you got a piece of sack right here. Take your old sacks from McDonald's. Not the greasy spot, because them sugar ants and little piss ants will be after you again. Make sure you ain't got no food stuff on it, okay? And then you just tear it like this. And then you take it and you glue it down. And it looks cool. It's called monochromatic because that means it's all within the same color family. That's what monochromatic means. You'll hear that word too. Monochromatic. And I don't know if that's pronounced right, but that's how Juju pronounced it, okay? Monochromatic. And you put it down, and then you put another piece over it, like so. And that's got a lot of glue. Look at all that glue on my finger. That glue stick is thick. All right, and see how that looks? That looks cool and even different, doesn't it? And then when you take another piece of book paper and put it over top of this one, or, you know, a lighter brown, maybe you got a lighter sack. Maybe you went to Subway, okay? Subway stuff is a lighter color than McDonald's. So when you put it down, it'll be a lighter color. And you can take it and put it down here. You know, you got you some coloring sheets. Maybe you had some old coloring sheets you didn't want no more. Don't throw them away. Tear them up and collage them on a piece of paper. They'll look really cool. Won't even look like the same coloring sheet. And you'll have some spots to color if you want to. There you go. And then you can take you another piece of book page. and put down. And you want to take it over the edges now because we're going to cut those off. Remember like we did Bubba Tina? Put them over the edges so you'll cut it off and it'll give you a clean finish look and it won't look like you just glued down tore paper, like you meant to put down tore paper, okay? That's it. That's our tip on collaging, just so you remember, okay? But then you just, when you get through decorating and doing whatever you want to do, collaging the inside of your white paper if you want to on one side or whatever, you're ready to decorate. And you can decorate this any way you want to. I'll show you what Juju did, okay? Now, one thing let me tell you about this. Juju didn't do much decorating either. All I did was ink my edges. What did I do? I decoupaged, or, you know, collaged. I glued down one of them jelly sheets on top of this paper. That's all I did. I put it on top of that paper there. I put it on top of that scrapbook paper. But I collaged over top of that. Okay, that's all I did for my decorating. And then on the inside, I did this decorating like I just showed you on the inside. And that's it. That's all Juju did. Now, you're free to do what you want to, baby. You can put you some bling up here. You can put you some stickers, whatever you want. Just remember, these are really thin pieces of paper, so don't put nothing heavy or dangling from it because it'll tear up on you. You'll be upset. Okay? All right, and then and that's it. That's it for that page and how you do that page. That didn't take too long and that wasn't too complicated, was it? Okay, Stella, you did this page today. You did this page today, and you did this page today. You did 3 pages today. You learned how to collage and what that was about. You learned the word decoupage, what that was about. You learned about color, monochromatic, all the same color. That would be all the browns together, all the blues together, all the blacks together, black and whites together. You know, all the grays, black and whites together. All of them in the same color family. That's monochromatic, okay? Then this one, you learned how to put ribbon through holes in the paper. You can do that in this kind of paper. You can do it in your notebook paper that has the holes in it. You can do it with this. You can do it with a teeny tiny lace. You can thread, you know, with thread. What, you know, you can, those bracelets that you, that thread with the bracelets that you braided, you can put that through it. It's all kind of stuff, you know, that you, if it can fit in that hole, you can put it in there. If it'll bend flexible like a ribbon, you can do it. Then you learned about shorts, the difference between what a shortie is, and the difference in the page lengths in the book. And you learned about different faux. About it doesn't have to always be straight. It can be catty-wonkies, wicky-wonkies. You know, it can look like Cat in a Hat did it. It doesn't matter. All right. You learned a lot today, and you did it in 38 minutes. Woohoo, Stella! Oh my gosh, girl! Look what you done. You've made 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 pages. You have made 6 pages to go in your brand new journal. And when you stack them up, look, they all look so neat if you went with the clean edge. Now, if you didn't, girl, you go. Okay? All right. I'll see you on the next go. Love you. Bye.